Hi there, this is the Beloved Plant channel and I'm gonna talk to you about why the Christmas cactus or Thanksgiving cactus may be dropping flower buds, or in worst case scenario, why would it be dropping segments? Let me just explain that I'm not saying that a Thanksgiving cactus and a Christmas cactus is all the same thing, but I'm grouping them all together because the care is absolutely the same and the reasons why they behave like this are the same as well. Let's talk about the plant dropping flower buds first. So there are things you need to accept and there are things that you can do about it. So what do you have to accept? Is this a new plant that you just brought to your house? Because these are new plants that I just brought to my house about a month ago. They flowered, some of the flowers already dropped, and there are some new buds coming out, but it also dropped a few, which is the buds that I'm showing you. There's going to be kind of a level of shock that the plant suffers because it's going to get a different amount of light, it's going to get a different temperature in your house, and all these type of things affect the plant. It doesn't matter if you bring it home and you give it more light and the temperature that it likes to bloom, it's still going to find that weird, and its reaction is to drop the buds, not the blood. So this plant here at the back, looking great, filled with flower buds. It's a plant that I have for about 2 years, and when I bought it, it kind of looked like this, filled with flowers about to bloom, and it dropped, like I'd say 50%. And that's expected. So that's the piece that you need to accept, right? Then in the following year, what you're gonna do is you're going to put it in a room where it gets plenty of light, just like you see here, but not direct light. Otherwise, it's gonna turn purple like this. If that bothers you, because I kind of like it now. Plant needs to have a sense that the days are starting later and ending earlier. It's shorter amounts of light per day. But when it does get the light, it gets as much light as it can. And this green room also gets a little bit chilly. It's about 15 degrees in here, and the temperature is also important. And I haven't changed it. I have not taken it out of here and brought it home, and I won't, because otherwise it will drop the flower buds. So you can't really change anything about it once it starts giving you the flower buds. The other thing that you're not going to do, absolutely not, is repotting. That's gonna make the plant abort the flower buds, a little bit like the orchids. This one, like I said, it's new. I can't wait to take it out of here because I've had problems. You know, the ones that you see struggling here? These were my first Christmas cactus, and I took a long time to take them out of this. I know this is not supposed to make a difference, but it does. The roots in this plant are really thin. They're not very, very strong, and they will have a hard time coming out of that little kind of sack. I think it's made of fiber or something, or paper or whatever. So I want to take them out of there after they flower. So do not repot your plants. Do not change them and put them in a different room. Do not leave them close to radiators where they get hot air, and do not expose them to drafts. It doesn't like currents of air. It doesn't matter if it's warm or cool. It just won't like them. When it starts dropping segments like this, we call these leaves popularly, but this is actually the stalk, right? Just forgive me for saying leaves. They look like leaves. But anyway, when it's dropping like this, there's something wrong with how your plant is able to absorb nutrients. So it can either be the fact that, one, it's not getting as many nutrients as it needs because there's no nutrients in the compost, or it's not getting enough water for it to be able to absorb the nutrients in the compost, or it doesn't have any roots to be able to absorb whatever's in the compost, even if you give it water, right? Roots may have gotten rotten, or there could be larvae in your compost. So you need to observe. You'll need to go there and take a look. You could just touch your plant like this. If they don't have roots, they're gonna drop. Now, if your plant is dropping segments, don't get too sad. There's something you need to do about it, but you see the new roots coming out of here? So this is an opportunity for you to, grow some cuttings. This is how I like doing my cuttings. I just fill the bottom of a small container with water, and I leave the lowest leaf in contact with the water. Do you see how many roots I have here? And you can see that this plant is like, it's really hydrated. So it's ready to be potted. I just can't remember where I took it from. So this plant right here and this plant right here, they almost died on me on the first year and they suffered ever since. I need to keep bringing them back to life. I almost need to leave a defibrillator beside them just to revive them. So this one got direct sunlight in the first year and it never really recovered the color. But I got used to it and I kind of like it. When it's looking healthy, it was looking a lot better earlier this year. Like the leaves were looking really healthy even though they were purple. But anyway, this plant lost its roots so many times, so you can still recover them. And this was the occasion when I saw it dropping the leaves. So pay attention to the absorption of nutrients and especially the roots of your plant if it's dropping leaves.